What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Fight Podcast. I'm your host, SERG VICENTE, and check it out, we're back. We're gonna go ahead and do a little, morning coffee and fight news. Granted, I'm not drinking coffee. We got a little matcha, but everybody who's joining live right now on YouTube, on Twitch, on Instagram, appreciate you guys. Like, share, and subscribe to this video to get all the content that we're getting. If you guys have noticed on social media and here on YouTube, we're giving you guys so much more content, and I'm really happy to go ahead and do so. It's been, and we're ready. We're back, and we're back in full swing. Let's go ahead and start off with this. Make sure you listen to podcasts everywhere podcasting is available. Also, make sure you check us out on X at the Surgery Center. Follow the show too at The Real Fight Pod, and check it out. Support the show. We have merch. We got mugs. We got everything. Etsy.com/shop/FightPodShop. Check us out there. All right. Let's jump into it. This week was, I have to say, another great week of fights. There has been a lot of good fight cards, a lot of great combat sports. I mean, MMA was rocking this weekend, and I think the biggest thing that a lot of us were looking forward to was the big PBC boxing card on Prime this weekend, headlined by Caleb Plant and RESENDEZ. And also we had Big Charlo on that card as well. So there was a lot going on this weekend. But one thing that I want to, and again, I have to talk about, we have to jump straight into is, man, the upset of the weekend. And we have to talk about it. Let's kick it off like this. RESENDEZ goes out there and he upsets Caleb Plant, arguably the biggest upset of the year in boxing. I know a lot of us will sit back and look at the Rolly Romero versus Ryan Garcia fight, but I mean, if you're boiled down to it, we're talking about in terms of, fight odds. I think Plant was a minus 2,400 at one point in time or something ridiculous like that. It didn't, even myself, and I think myself and a lot of other experts came out here and were just pretty much stated it. I think this was a fight to just get us to the next fight, right? This was as they say, a tune-up fight to get us ready for hopefully Plant versus Big Charlo. Obviously, they had a lot of smoke going, and even the way that this card was positioned, it was positioned so that all of us were looking at it and say, okay, once these two win, that's going to be the next big fight. Boxing's gonna box, right? So unfortunately, that I don't know if that's gonna happen now, because Alfonso RESENDEZ comes out here, and I'm talking about, put it to Caleb Plant. As much as it hurts for me to say that, I am a Caleb Plant fan. Caleb Plant stylistically is one of my favorite fighters in the world, but man, props are due. RESENDEZ came out there, a guy who was moving up from 160 to 168. He even looked like a 160 pounder out there. A lot of people thought he was going to be undersized, myself included. And his only real claim to fame, aside coming up to this, is that he was the first person to defeat Jarrett Hurd, right? And not just defeat Jarrett Hurd, he's the first person to actually finish Jarrett Hurd. And if you go back and see it, he gave Jarrett Hurd a gnarly scar cut on the lip. That fight had to be stopped. That's the first time in his career that he was stopped. So this fight kicks off, and I think when I was looking at it first couple rounds, it looks like Caleb Plant's cruising, but the first thing that you notice, and one thing we have to also give props to Alfonso RESENDEZ, is his trainer, Manny Robles, who has been around the game forever. He's trained some of the best out there, champions. So he's somebody that is always going to have his guys prepared. And that's exactly what happened. RESENDEZ was prepared, and not only was he prepared, if you watched his style, he's somebody who usually comes forward, usually somebody who kind of wings punches, and he kicks it off in the first round. High, tight guard. He looked like, who was it? He looks like Canelo. He went out there and literally, this fool must have just gone out there and just studied film on Canelo all day. He was like, look, man, we're a short Mexican dude too. Maybe we can go out and pull the same game plan. And that's exactly what they did. And I don't know, Caleb Plant, man, that at this point in time seems like his Achilles heel is a pressure Mexican fighter that comes forward, can take some shots and wear him down. And unfortunately, one thing we're noticing with Caleb Plant, and I think a lot of his opponents are taking that game plan into it, is essentially saying, look, he's going to be somebody, if we can withstand the first, 5, 6 rounds, we can outlast him. He's going to go out there and gas. And I've been somebody that's kind of been opposed to that. I've been like, look at this Trevor McCumbee fight. He wasn't gassing. He'd been able to adjust. And he does slow down. He's somebody who's a fast twitch guy. He throws a lot of snappy combinations. And one thing I did notice in this fight is, if you guys can go back and check it out, Caleb really wasn't throwing his right hand. And after the fight, he did admit that his hand was hurt. He said it was bruised. Also, Stephen Brennan Edwards, Caleb Plant's phenomenal trainer, also said there was some issues in camp. Nobody was really making excuses. They were just stating facts. These are certain things that happened, and it seems like they would like to get that one back. And at the end of the day, it's boxing, right? Upsets happen, and more, as much as it sucks to see Caleb Plant lose, I mean, man, 68 right now is actually going to be really, really interesting. Granted, Caleb Plant, I don't want to say he's on his way out, but we have so many great guys. I mean, RESENDEZ is up here, and we also have Pacheco, whom honestly I believe is going to end up being the future of that division. So there's a lot of great things happening in boxing. And again, this is just another great story. RESENDEZ got a baby coming, and he went out there, and honestly, with his game plan, he just dominated the fight, right? I had Plant winning, I would say, 4 out of the first 5 rounds. 6 rounds of RESENDEZ hurts him, and he just never looks back from there. I think I might have given Plant the 9th round. He started sitting down on his punches, really landing some body shots. But there's no doubt. I mean, RESENDEZ ended up landing about 80 more shots. He threw 100 more punches. He won in every statistical category. So we have to give RESENDEZ the fight. No hate there. Love what that is. They said there's a rematch clause. Would I like to see that again? Yeah. Now, would I like to go out there and see, him versus Charlo next? I don't know. I don't know. And the reason I say that is because of this. When it boils down to it, and again, we can go ahead and you know what? Let's go ahead and jump into it. JERMALL Charlo, big Charlo. The question is he back, right? And I have to say, man, when I look at it, the best jab in the business is back. All right. Charlo goes out here, and one thing that he does, he's always had, and I said this in one of my episodes last week, this guy is a premier boxer puncher. Power in both hands, super well schooled, defensively sound. And when he is on his game, he's one of the most dangerous guys out there. Prior to his, unfortunately, missing a huge chunk of his career from mental health issues and everything else he had going on, this was a guy that I thought would end up being a Hall of Famer. He has so much upside. And it's crazy because 34 fights, he's still undefeated. This dude is somebody who is super skilled, and this jab is an elite Hall of Fame level jab. He can hurt you with the jab, and he really controls and dictates a fight with that type of jab. And that's why people really wanted to see him in a fight with a Canelo Alvarez, because I want to see somebody who is big and powerful and can actually dictate the pace of a fight with the jab in the manner that he actually does. So, he goes out there, and he was fighting Thomas Lamada. And look, no offense to dude, but I said it before. His claim to fame was getting knocked out by Edilson Lara, okay? And then he goes out there, he wins 9 fights in a row. Salute to him. No hate on that. But again, who was he fighting? I have no clue who those dudes were. Regardless, pro fighter goes out there, he's winning the fight. And then he goes out there, and from the onset, Charlo puts that jab on him, sticks it in his face. And when it boils down to it, he never ended up looking back. He was dinging him around the ring. By the end of the first round, Lamada was all beat up and bloody. Look, man, they stopped it when it was supposed to get stopped. He dropped Lamada a few times, I think 2 or 3 times. Ended up getting the stoppage, doctor stoppage, I want to say in the 5th round. Great performance by Charlo. So the question is JERMALL Charlo back? Man, yeah. Seeing him in his first outing at a catch weight, trying to get to 68 against Benavidez, he looked flat. He didn't look like he was ready. He looked like he was still getting into it. Plant looked flat this fight also. But if I'm looking at it and I'm thinking more and more about it, again, he goes in here, he looked even better. And I'll be very honest with you. as flat as Caleb Plant was this past fight, would I have wanted to see him fight Jermall Charlo in this one? Nah, man, because it could have gotten ugly. It could have gotten ugly. It could have got ugly really, really fast. But he looks like, in terms of Charlo, he's filled in. He looks great in the weight class. And he is somebody, like I said, I am excited for 68. We have Resendez. Plant's not going anywhere. I mean, dude's only 33 years old. And then we still have, again, Pacheco. We got still Canelo at the top. Terrence Crawford, granted, I don't think Terrence Crawford's going to stay there if he even stays boxing. But regardless, I mean, this was this weight class is on fire. Charlo looked phenomenal in this matchup. And in terms of the question, do I want to see that fight next? In terms of, do I still want to see Charlo and Plant? I'll be honest with you. After watching that match this past weekend, I want to see Plant get it back with Resendez, and if he can get through that, then I would love to see that Charlo fight. I don't know. I don't know if I have the same amount of interest in it in this present moment in time. But if it happens, I definitely wouldn't be mad. So, but salute to Jermall Charlo. Welcome back. All right. Let's talk about this. And I'm going to touch on this for a hot second. Let me pull this up. All right. So this past weekend, we had a UFC Fight Night card in the Apex, and I'll be very honest with you. I mean, did I put this up? Hold on, let me see. All right, UFC Apex. I'll be honest with you guys. I've said this time and time again. I cannot stand those Apex cards. I think it is an excuse for the UFC to not travel. It's easy for them, save all the costs, make all the profits. I get it in terms of business wise, but oh my god, like the product is terrible. The cards they put on over there for the most part are awful. This card was another one, just a doo-doo card, and it was headlined by a fight that I was somewhat interested in. I'll be honest with you. Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber is an entertaining fight at 125, almost like a title and eliminator, right? So a lot of us were really interested in seeing this one because, again, Macy Barber, somebody who has been really, really talented, somebody who has really, she was the one that said, I'm going to go ahead and beat everybody's record, be the first one, the youngest to ever get a championship and all the other things. She has not lived up to her potential, in my opinion, to this point of view, this moment in time. But she goes out there once again, leading up to the fight, she misses weight. That sucks, right? If you guys know anything about me, that's when there's no excuse, right? Don't balloon up. You knew since January this fight was happening. Don't go out there and miss weight. There's that is your job as a fighter, right? Don't miss weight. So she misses weight. Obviously, Aaron Blanchfield go ahead and takes her cash, as well she should, and the fight's gonna happen. The whole card plays out. I'm not even gonna get into it. The card's doo-doo. Main event time comes up. All of a sudden, you're hearing rumblings that Macy ain't gonna make the walk. All of a sudden, Bruce Buffer goes out here, and first time we're gonna get to hear him say it's time, because he goes out there and says, "Sorry guys, main event's canceled. Fight's done." First of all, I'm gonna say this: all prayers to Macy Barber. I hope she's okay. People were saying that she had a seizure right before the walkout. That again, and y'all let me know in the comments if you guys have heard something different to this point in time. But I'll be honest with you, that is what people are saying. They say that she ended up having a seizure prior to going out there. That's actually what Blanchfield said in her post-fight, or not even post-fight, her interview after the card. I'll say this. Again, granted, it's unfortunate, but when it boils down to it, you have to be in shape. You can't be out here. If you saw Barber on the scale, she looks super gaunt. And if she was fighting to get those extra pounds, she just wasn't healthy. And this is just really unfortunate. Her team should have caught this. The UFC medical staff should have caught this and stopped it prior to this happening, so they could actually make adjustments. This is bad. This looks bad on Barber. This looks bad on her team. And I hope they figure it out. In terms of the UFC, I'll be honest with you, the product they have been rolling out this year, it has not been great. Are there some really, really great fights coming up? They actually just announced Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier for Dustin's retirement fight in Louisiana. That's fantastic. But in terms of the excitement and what they're doing with the cards, I think a lot of people have already talked about it. It seems like they're losing their mission. It seems like they're not as interested in it because we're not getting the same quality that we have gotten in the past. and it really is, it's almost like one of those moments like, what happened to this game, this sport that I once loved? So I still love it. I hope they figure it out. This is an unfortunate thing that happened. I hope Macy Barber's okay. And to be fair, I think Blanchfield should absolutely get a title shot next against Valentina. I would love to see that fight. All right. But with that being said, hope you guys have a great morning. Hope you have a great rest of your day. This is SERG, the host of the Fight Podcast. Make sure to check us out everywhere. Follow us on X. Follow myself on X at the SERG VICENTE. Follow me on IG at SERG VICENTE. Follow the Real Fight Pod. Follow at the Fight Podcast on IG as well. Follow this channel here. And also, again, we got merch, Etsy.com, Etsy.com /shop/ the Fight Pod shop. Check us out there. Yeah. All right. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Love y'all. I'll see you next time. This is SERG VICENTE, the host of the Fight Podcast. Peace. Yep. I think I'm trying to get about it. There we go.